Hello and welcome to the week 5 Power Beta ceremony for 1984. We rate the stars. This week, Billy is our head of household and he named Grace and Sebastian as our nominees. However, Sebastian has won the Power Veto and has the option to use the Power Veto on either himself or Grace or leave the nominations in place. Seb, you can give us your decision.
I'm a little extra, so I brought my own veto, so this is mine. I've deserved it, I feel like, playing Frookies all this time has gotten me the $1 million case in Deal or No Deal. And Grace, I love you to death, but I don't want to be on the block. So I'm going to be using this on myself. Billy, because of that, you're going to have to make a replacement nominee. Billy, I love you to death, by the way.
Okay, Billy, as Sebastian has used the power of veto on one of your two nominees, you will need to name a replacement. You can give us your decision.
Okay, so I let this person know ahead of time because I think that's the respectful thing to do. I don't think it's fair to let someone get blindsided at a ceremony. I've also let this person know that I evicted them, and it's also been publicly talked about that I evicted them, which I, didn't really want that to be public knowledge, but it's out there. And yeah, I think there's really only one person that really came to mind. I don't think anyone else has really done anything to get themselves on the block this week. I don't think this person I'm not nominating actually has done anything to get themselves too much on the block either. Like there was two people that did do things to get themselves on the block, and I started them off as initial noms, so they're not really scared. And like I said, this person I did publicly get caught evicting, and they're still in the game. And I do think that they're actually kind of working with the people I initially nominated, if I'm being honest as well. And no one else has given any reason why anybody else should go up, and nobody else has done anything that I think is a reason why they should go up. So with that being said, the replacement nominee this week is Chloe.
Okay, with that, our final nominees this week are Chloe and Grace. We will figure out a time for the eviction, followed by the head of household competition tomorrow. With that is all I have for you guys. Good luck.
I like that you said there was nothing that there was nothing that anyone else had done to get themselves put on the block, and all I had done was be on the block before.
I mean, yeah, that's why I was well, you haven't really done anything that deserves you getting on the block either. I was except for the fact that I evicted
Just being
you
on the
and
block.
I got caught evicting you, so I was well, sorry. I mean, I don't know. If you think is there anyone else who really deserves it? I can't think of a reason any other people on the Zoom should have been nominated, to be real.
Yeah, no, I'm not gonna come for you. It makes sense.
Thank you.
Is it still recording?
Yeah, thank you to King Jerry for putting me up initially. It's all Jerry's fault, according to Billy. So
no, that's actually not necessarily true either. Seb, we talked about it. I mean, I had a 35-minute call with you, and you didn't bring up the fact that you throw me under the bus in previous weeks. I had to confront you on it, and that's a big reason why.
Yeah, but it's not
really anything to do with Jerry.
But first of all, on the initial nomination ceremony, you did say that Jerry had a big influence on what you were going to do, which makes no sense to me whatsoever, since I've been open and upfront with what I was doing with Jerry. You're also saying I'm some social connection threat, which makes no sense to me whatsoever, since one of my closest allies just left in a unanimous vote, which means I voted on my closest ally. I spent all day trying.
You told me you were saving them though, but that's
and that's the point. I spent all day trying to save him. Everyone in this game knows I spent all day trying to save him. It's who do I have?
If you're willing to vote out your closest ally, I don't know how much I feel like I want to work with you.
Well, obviously you don't want to work.
You turn around and vote me out. I don't know how to make you feel.
Obviously, you don't want to work with me. You've already made it clear. You put me on the block. You said there's only 2 people who deserve to go on the block this week. So
there's 2 people that have been throwing me under the bus publicly, and I nominated them because they've been throwing me under the bus publicly. You were one of them.
If telling Jonah that I don't talk to you the most, if that I'm talking to you the least, is throwing you under the bus, then yes, I'm throwing you under the bus.
And you also did lie to me about how you were going to vote last week and changed your mind on it, and then said that Jerry was your number one. There's a lot of things said. I don't have a handful of reasons for anybody else. I didn't have a handful of reasons for anybody to go on the block. I don't have one reason why anybody else should have went on the block. You said you understood. Don't make a show in public now and act like you don't like free anymore. You told people that you felt like you were going to go up as soon as I won. So did Chloe. So
Yeah,
great.
I
So you guys couldn't be
did.
that surprised.
Yeah, I did, and it was because we hadn't talked, and that's exactly my point. I said every time we try to talk about 1984, we start talking about 1984, and then it leads into an insanity conversation.
I don't think that's necessarily true because, like I said, I did express a lot of vulnerability about not feeling like I had a lot of connections in this game. Told you I felt like I was on the outside, and when you didn't reciprocate that back to me, that led me to believe you had connections already. And saying that Jerry was your number one, like that proves that yeah, you did have like some connections already. Like you didn't need me. Like you didn't need me in this game. Like you already had things going for you. I don't have anything going for me.
Do you think the 11 people that you saved this round need you?
No, I don't think they've done anything to deserve to get on the block this week. I don't think they've done anything
that's
against
all.
me in this game.
That's all
I think you have done things to me in this game. I'm not working with all other 11 people, but you know what? Like they weren't throwing me under the bus either.
If, like I said, if telling Jonah that I taught you the least is throwing you under the bus, then yeah, that's what I did.
I don't think that's the extent of what you did, and I think you know that too. And I don't think we need to discuss that publicly because we had a conversation in private, and I don't know why you.
And I told you this.
Seb, I'm sorry, but if you still disagree with these nominations, then we can take this up in private. We don't need to have a big fight on a recording. It's not necessary. I'm sitting in front of a grocery store. I'd really like to finish the recording and go do my grocery shopping.
I'm not fighting. I'm telling you how I feel.
Okay, if you want to continue to talk about that in private, I'm more than willing to. If anybody like Grace, Chloe, if you guys want to talk about like more in depth about like in private why you guys were nominated, that's fine as well. I'm perfectly open to talk about it. I'm perfectly comfortable with what I did this week. Two people, we're playing a Big Brother game. When someone wins HOH, at least two people have to be initial nominees, and if a veto is used, the third person will end up going up. That's the game we're all signed up for. That's the game we're playing. I'm not gonna like feel like overwhelming senses of guilt for playing the game that I signed up for. You know,
I do
if
want
you're
to
at least connected to me in the game, then that's fine.
I do want to say something real quick. I understand what you did, but I do want to clarify one thing that you did tell me that pissed me off. And this goes to every single motherfucker that's in this game. For those of you who had the nerve to sit there and said I made a face after Billy won HOH, keep in mind that I had a steak dinner from Longhorns and 3 margaritas less than an hour before that comp, and I was about to vomit everywhere. So literally me being nauseous is automatically going to equate me being dissatisfied with what's going on. Like, get the fuck out of here with that. That's all.
I think that was a little bit more reinforced though, like not so much by that. I think it was more reinforced by you telling people you thought you were going to go up as soon as I won HOH. I think that, and Seb did that, Chloe did that. So the three of you, like you guys, like I said, you guys shouldn't be surprised. You kind of manifested it.
Wait, what did you say?
I said that all three of you expressed to people that you thought that I was going to put you up before I even said anything or made my own decision. So I was like, well, usually people don't think that or feel bad about you winning an HOH unless they feel like some sort of issue with you or like you're concerned about them putting you up. And if you guys were worried about me putting you up, then I have to wonder how much you guys really want to work with me in this game. And I feel very comfortable about what I did this week.
Okay, I get that. But for those of you who wanted to go ahead and judge my facial expressions and when I was nauseous off my ass, and you can go and ask Alex about it because I literally talked to him. It was on the floor for minutes after it. For those of you who want to use my facial expressions as to make my target bigger, just stop, please, because I was literally nauseous as fuck when that happened. Just stop because it's extra. Like, it's just extra. But nothing on you, but that was something you did say to me that kind of really upset me. And it's not to you, it's to everybody who decided to run and tell you that information because it's stupid.
I will say this, I have to head off, but if you're working with me, let me know because apparently I'm some social king. So y'all have a good night. Love the people, and I love this veto that just saved me. So
Anyone try the chicken? I thought the chicken was lovely.